all of this drama started from this matrix here that is in our parallel akasha. Now, akashas don't fall, but the little balls in them, the Ekaveka systems, can. At this point, once you're at the akasha level of evolution, you're pretty much at one with the Christic mechanics of the universe. It's a different level of consciousness where there is no even thought of breaking the rules. It's a whole different level of consciousness. So akashas don't fall. They can't. There's a built-in natural mechanics of energy that work in the structure of creation that doesn't allow that to happen. But the Eka systems, the Eka, which is the small center, and Veka systems can fall, go back to space dust, and eventually they go back into what is called a stellar activation cycle, and they get inhaled back into their cores and back into source with the natural living system, and then everything gets exhaled out again. If everything goes back as space dust, it loses its memory template. Its consciousness units go back as particle units. So the consciousness of identity of itself is lost. There are certain things that if something is falling and it can be remembered in its most Christic form by something or some matrix that is going back whole, they will take the memory imprint back. So when their space dust particles come back, they will be able to run into their memory imprint and actually get themselves back together. Their particles will come back together when they go back through the door and into source again. So the breathing in and out of the cosmic spheres, the spheres within spheres, is a natural part of an eternal life system. There's a continued circulation of energy, and there's a continued inhaling, where it's as if source inhales and pulls all of its light ball structures and everything in them back into itself, and then exhales them out renewed again. And it's just a natural part of the inhale and exhale of the cosmic body. So we just wanted to show you where everybody was. We're over here. The Borgia matrix is here. They're all four quadrants of their Eka-Veka system and their Eka fell. They went black hole status. They didn't fall and disappear. They're still in black hole status. They have been for the last 480 billion years since their fall initiated. But what they did was develop a time rip technology that allows their black hole system to feed off other living systems. Because as long as a black hole system can siphon energy off another system, it will prevent its seed atom from dropping in what's called base pulse rhythm. It will prevent the seed atom from burning out. And if the seed atom is prevented from burning out, the system will still have enough energy to spin, to rotate, to continue at least a finite circulation of energy unto itself. It will be able to suck energy in, but it does not give energy back out to the living creation. So it's a vampire system. They become vampire systems. And if it is left alone in the natural mechanics of how the Christ physics work, a system that does fall and loses its connection by the misuse of free will choice, loses its connection to the natural life force currents of the living matrix around it, it will simply, eventually, its seed atom will burn out, and eventually its Merkaba fields will come and compact around it. Its prana seed will close, and it will implode and go back to space dust, and hang as space dust for a while until the natural starfire rebirth cycles of the living system around it. There are a lot of situations in which black hole systems become formed, and the people still within them, the fallen angelics, we call them fallen angelics because everything started out angelic in the first place. The fallen angelics decide, for whatever reasons, and there are various reasons why they have different reasons between them, that they will fight the system. They will try to conquer source. They will try to use technologies that they know break the rules to go feed on and take energy from other living systems in order to sustain themselves. And there are a lot of issues that FAs that are in black hole systems are working out, and eventually some of them can, there are host options for some to get out, others can't. The Borgia were beyond, they were, did you ever find anybody that they were just so distorted, or maybe see them interviewed on TV or something, they're just so twisted, you knew you could never reason with the person. They were just really twisted, and they had their own ideas, and they were just going to force them on you, and that's it, and forget it. Kind of like child predators that go and like do horrible things to young children, and you say, or serial killers, and you hear these guys like interviewed on TV and stuff, and they just like, you know, they're really out there. You can't reason with that kind of psyche that is that twisted. Fallen angelics fall into that category many times. Not all of them. Some of them are not quite that fallen yet. But the Borgia system when they fell, they created a type of consciousness from their fall, a genetic mutation, that just made them impossible to reason with or to deal with. They had one conquest agenda, and that was to assimilate everything. If you think of the Borg on the, what was it, Star Trek Next Generation, I think, had the Borg characters, where they just assimilated everything. That was their prime directive. And that is where they're coming from. And they have done a lot of things over a long, long period of time that we covered the history a while back in one of the Phoenix workshops, I think. I can't